So today I was sitting down, I was flicking through my phone, and I came across a video on the Rick Beato music channel, and he was talking about this band called the Velvet Sundown. So I didn't really look into the video that much. I just looked up the band on Spotify and I started listening to some of their music, and they've got this 70s psychedelic rock sound to them, which is actually really good. The music is great. They sound like they're straight out of the 70s. Each song is different. It just sounds, I don't want to say perfect, but the music sounds perfect. It sounds really great. So I ended up checking out the video that Rick did on the band, and the whole thing is that this band is suspected to be completely AI generated, and therefore their music is suspected to be completely AI generated as well. They're currently sitting at about 554k monthly listeners on Spotify at the time of recording this. And if you check out a lot of their promo shots, they clearly look like they're AI generated. But more importantly, their music, they've released 2 albums. They didn't exist 2 weeks ago, and they've already gotten up to about 550k listeners on Spotify. So who are these guys? Do they exist? Are they AI generated? Or have we already reached the point in AI music where we don't even care? We just want to hear good music. Because if it is AI generated, it's probably the best AI generated music I've heard. So you've got articles cropping up all over the place. From this one here from loudersound.com, there is a band with more than 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and they probably don't exist. And you've got another article from themusic.com.au, and they say new band, the Velvet Sundown, with over 550k monthly listeners, allegedly a product of AI. And then you got this article here from consequence.net, AI generated band already boasts over 500,000 monthly Spotify listeners. And this Mashable.com article actually brings up a suspicious point. Basically says the song credits on Spotify are also a bit suspicious. Most artists will have multiple people in the credits, but the credits on Spotify for every single one of their songs are performed by, written by, and source by the Velvet Sundown. There is no producer listed. Another thing interesting about the band is if you read their bio, it says, there's something quietly spellbinding about the Velvet Sundown. You just don't listen to them, you drift into them. Their music doesn't shout for your attention, it seeps in slowly like a scent that suddenly takes you back somewhere you didn't expect. It then goes on to say that the band was formed by their Mellotron player, Gabe Farrow, guitarist Lenny West, and Milo Raines on the keyboards, and the drummer Orion Del Mar. So I don't know if it turns out that these guys are the real deal. They seem AI. These names are kind of perfect names for 70s psychedelic rock band members. But I've got to say, their music is actually good. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just fine. It just sounds like real music. But when you suspect that they're AI, obviously the music, you can hear perfection in things where it shouldn't be as perfect as it sounds. Music streaming service Deezer in the last week has announced a new AI labeling system on all of their songs, and these guys have that AI label on their music right now. But Spotify, where these guys are blowing up on, Spotify doesn't actually have an AI labeling system in place at the moment. And the band's also on Amazon Music, Apple Music. It's on all the streaming sites, but the only actual streaming site that's got a label on this music to say that it's potentially AI is Deezer. And there's been a massive rise in these AI music generators. So you've got apps like Suno, Udio, AIVA, and Soundful, just to name a few. But if you go and experiment with these music generators, you can literally put a prompt in there and it will create a song from scratch for you that actually sounds like it could be the standard of a pop song that you hear today. But it begs to ask the question, if it's AI generated, is it actually even good music, and would you listen to it? But you can argue that we've been moving in this direction for quite some time now. A lot of pop songs, in fact, pretty much all the pop songs that you hear on the radio are all using drum samples. I guess AI is kind of the engine that makes the creation of the songs a lot quicker. But effectively, the music that is being put together in a lot of these production houses is pretty much all electronic. And then you've got a human vocal that comes in and puts a vocal over a completely electronic track. So it's definitely a hot topic, and it's only going to get better in terms of the technology. I mean, we're not really going to be able to tell whether something is AI generated anymore unless we see the person playing the music. We're just not going to know. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. I mean, Deezer have made the move, obviously, to label anything that's suspected to be used with AI. I'm sure that Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon will probably follow suit. This is also gearing up to be somewhat of a revolutionary event in music. But does it even matter? If we're already kind of there anyway with digital instrumentation, does it matter if we take the next step and we use AI to create things quicker and more efficiently? And I'd be really interested in your opinion in the comments. So let me know, are you of the opinion that real music is played by real musicians in a real studio? Are you okay with some AI instrumentation? Let me know in the comments. I'd really love to know. It's a really hot topic right now. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like this video, and I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.